Hi everyone, I'm Jane Trotter and welcome to Accelerando Piano. If practicing the piano is making you frown, don't let frustration wear you down. Remember to smile, remember to laugh, and before you know it, you're on the right path. Yeah, it's just as well I play the piano better than I write poetry. I've worked with a lot of adult students over the years, and I know that many tend to be quite hard on themselves. As adults, we have an expectation that we'll understand something straight away, or at least pick it up pretty quickly. It can be very disconcerting and bewildering when we're suddenly back in a position of having to deal with something challenging that takes time to master. So, in today's tutorial, I'm going to talk about the importance of fostering a positive attitude towards practice and being able to laugh and smile if things go wrong. And after watching this video, I'd highly recommend that you also take a look at my companion tutorial, Practice Tips That Work. This outlines the strategies for developing great practice habits so you can learn your pieces faster and more reliably, and maintain a positive frame of mind. There's a link in the description below. We've all heard the phrase, laughter is the best medicine, and it's true for when we're practicing. We need to learn not to be too hard on ourselves. Why is it important to cultivate a light-hearted and forgiving approach to practice? Stress. We definitely don't want to turn into this guy. Stress causes tension. And what happens? Our shoulders rise and tighten, we contract our muscles, our normal breathing gets disrupted, our heart rate rises, our blood pressure goes up, our hands can start to shake, and we turn green. Nah, just kidding about the green bit. Needless to say, all of these physiological responses make it much harder to physically play the piano. Our tense muscles restrict our mobility around the keyboard. We don't move as freely or as easily as we could. And our finer motor skills needed for conveying subtleties of touch go completely out the window. And that's just the physical side. Psychologically, we can feel anxious, frustrated, even demoralized. When we're stressed, we're less likely to process difficult tasks and retain information. The very two things we do want to be able to do when we're learning or refining a piece. Why would we even want to practice if we're feeling agitated and disheartened? That's why it's so important to keep a healthy sense of humour and positive attitude when things don't go according to plan. As an example of laughter is the best medicine, I'd like to share this small excerpt from a lesson with my husband Shane. I've been teaching him for a while, and he puts his lessons up on his YouTube channel, Shane's Piano Journey, as a means of helping him to achieve his goals and so that others can glean some tips and tricks to help in their own piano journey. Shane had just played one of his pieces and it didn't go well.
Oh, hang on a sec.
Yeah, just your A and your E there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Look,
I've had that much better. Every time you ask me to play something, and I've gone to my intro and I said, oh, it's coming along really well and I'm playing it really well. I come in here, you ask me to play it, and it just goes downhill.
I jinxed it by saying we're going to finish it.
and you know you've heard me play it.
I
I can get through all of that and get the smooth transitions and everything.
I know. Look, despite a few glitches here and there.
A few glitches.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Despite the multitude
of
glitches. Mistakes, numerous glitches, catastrophic interpretations of the notes,
and an all-round musicality of it.
The appalling performance. Other than all of that, it's not bad.
Probably for a tad.
Yeah, it was pretty good. What I love about this exchange with Shane is that he didn't get downcast. We joked about it, lightened the mood, laughed, and then moved on in a positive frame of mind to work on the tricky spots. Don't be too hard on yourself. If you're having a bad day and practice just isn't going your way, don't compound your mistakes by becoming frustrated, angry, and impatient. Take a breath. Take a break. Have a little chuckle. Say to yourself, well, yeah, that sucked, but there's always tomorrow. And I know it's all very well talking about tomorrow's practice session being better, but how do we make it better? How can we stay stress-free, make measurable progress, and avoid becoming an irate monster at the piano? I have the perfect plan of attack. Check out my companion tutorial, Practice Tips That Work. In this video, I'll take you through the strategies and methods I employ with my students to help make practicing more structured, efficient, and enjoyable. There's a download available too with all of the information. So dive in and start cultivating good practice habits and routines. And let's not forget why you're sitting in front of the piano in the first place. You want to learn. You want to make music. You want your musical journey to be rewarding and satisfying. Let's make it a positive experience. Remember to smile. Remember to laugh. And before you know it, you're on the right path.